I trust that you have disgustingly good taste in video games if you've played these 5 games. RPG Edition. It would be an injustice if I didn't start this list with Baldur's Gate 3. This is one of the most complex RPGs ever made, with incredible cinematics, player choice, and an immersive world to explore. I know if you've played this, you've probably played it multiple times just to squeeze every last line of dialogue out of this game. If you've played Chrono Trigger, I know that your knowledge of RPG history runs deep. This game is the amalgam of some of the greatest JRPG developers of the time, from the creators of Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and art by the creator of Dragon Ball. This game is the foundation upon which so many modern RPGs are built. Its combat system completely revolutionized JRPG combat sandboxes, which previously relied on random encounters, kind of similar to like walking through the grass in Pokemon, that could just pop up at the most inopportune times. Its story spans literally thousands of years, and it's still heralded as one of the best stories told in the genre. Deus Ex is a world defined by its limitations, where you, the player, are limitless against them. When Warren Spector and the team at Ion Storm released this game in the year 2000, it was absolutely groundbreaking for its level of player choice. They were less interested in giving players discrete pathways to complete objectives, but rather wanted to give you unique tools to be able to craft your own solutions. Like all video game RPGs, this was heavily inspired by Dungeons & Dragons in replicating the amount of player choice that you could really only get previously in a tabletop game. Deus Ex also spawned what's called the immersive sim subgenre, which titles like Dishonored and Prey would go on to evolve in the decades to come. Fans of Disco Elysium know that no game since has been able to effectively replicate what is so unique about this RPG. It takes place in a very distinct setting. It's a city that is wrestling with the aftermath of a communist revolution as it struggles to identify what values it wants to guide its future. And what's so beautiful and incredible about this game is how the narrative and the tension inherent in it is replicated through the gameplay. There's no combat in this game, and the main conflict comes from your character's skills, like their intellect and physique having their own unique voices that you can speak to in your head and debate about the different solutions to different puzzles. You can also internalize new values or ideas that you encounter in the game world, which then guide your future decision making. It's a game that takes the player choice inherent in RPGs and uses it as a vehicle to dissect what makes for an actual interesting world and roleplay. Before I speak on this last title, I have to say that the thing I love most about Art is that it defies categorization. Many people may look at Nier Automata and think it's a hack and slash action game, some sort of weird narrative game, or an RPG, and they're all probably right and wrong to some extent. There is so much implicit choice woven into the fabric of this game, as if the game's director Yoko Taro is asking, how willing are you to defy the path I've laid out for you? Or in other words, are you willing to kill the author of your own story? I think Nier exemplifies what I love most about RPGs, which is that it presents you with a unique world that is beckoning you to enact a unique value set onto it. I would also challenge anyone to give me a better example of video game writing than killing a giant factory named Angles with its own arm, aka the means of production. Let me know your favorite RPGs in the comments.